Today I interviewed Senora Milybett Llanos, asking her Vogue 73 questions.
I am a Spanish teacher here. This is my 24th year at Westwood High School. I am teaching this year Advanced Spanish 2 and AP IBSL, Spanish Language and Culture.
Week.
Definitely going to be Saturday. That's a day where I am not attached to the alarm clock.
What's your wake-up ritual?
My wake-up ritual, so I honestly get up, and I know we really should not grab the phone, but I do. But a lot of times it's so that I can put my music on as I get ready, which nowadays is just brushing my teeth, doing my hair. I do my makeup in the vehicle at every stoplight, and then my clothes are already picked out because I pick them out on Sunday for the rest of the week.
What's your going to bed ritual?
Going to bed, oof. That one is definitely going to be either listening to a podcast or some kind of calming, mellow music. I even sometimes have audible books that I can put a timer on, which I think is really cool. So, yeah.
And what's your daily affirmation?
Daily affirmation, I am enough. That has become it. Self-care is important. I know mental health is really important and a hot topic. And it's one that sometimes we can only do so much.
Yeah. What's the first thing you thought about this morning?
This morning, whoo! This morning it was, wow, yesterday was a long day since it was open house. But you know, I'm going to make it through this day and Friday and every day after.
What's the best thing that happened to you today?
Today, you know, it's funny. I think that we had a really good conversation in my APIB classes when we were talking about, like, what are some of our personal defects. And so to be able to hear them share out and get to know each other, since we're still in that phase of getting to know each other, that was really great.
What's the worst thing that has happened today?
The worst thing? I don't think there's been anything worse other than having to get up because I'm not a morning person. But like I said, once I'm going, hey, I'm like the Energizer Bunny, right? Yeah. I don't stop. So,
who's your style icon?
Style icon. Wow, that is a hard one. So I don't have anyone in particular, other than there are a couple of brand names like Kenneth Cole that I really like. Actually, these shoes are Kenneth Cole. So I just like anything that is going to be nice in terms of like dresses and comfortable.
Yeah, definitely. Heels or flats or sneakers?
Ooh, oh, sneakers in there. No, I will still go with flats. I will go with flats because flats you can dress up or dress down, and I'm all about comfort. Like anyone that wears stilettos or heels, I mean, hats off to them. But me, no, comfortable. But then sneakers are sometimes too closed in, right? So yeah, I'm gonna go with sandals, flats.
What's the favorite piece of clothing that you own?
Favorite piece of clothing? That is a good one. I think one that I really enjoy is a long maxi dress that I have that flows. It's yellow, has flowers, but it also has like a little slit. I don't know why, I always feel like, oh, like I'm just walking, you know, through the clouds or something. So
it looks really good too.
Oh, you remember seeing it? Yeah. Yeah.
What's a must-have clothing item that everybody should own?
Comfortable shoes. You have to have comfortable shoes. I mean, the rest you can kind of, you know, but shoes, they have to be comfortable. The last thing you want is to not, you know, like having to put up your feet at night and go, oh man, my feet hurt because you didn't have comfortable shoes. And not only the fact that they're comfortable, but a lot of times, like when you're my age, your clothes, you may gain weight, lose weight, but your shoes, that size should never change. Yeah. So they last.
Diamonds or pearls?
Wow, I love jewelry. You see, this is thanks to my grandmother, rest her soul, Betty, who I'm not named after. But I would probably still go with diamonds. Yes, diamonds.
Drugstore makeup or designer makeup?
It has to be designer. And you know what? I feel bad because I splurge on Chanel. I do. Like the other day I spent $500 on Chanel, which I'm like, ooh, I can't believe I did that. So don't tell my husband.
You deserve it.
All right? There you
Yeah.
go.
Blow dry or air dry your hair?
Oh, it has to be blow dry. If not, my hair just, I look like those little poodles, those little dogs whose hair just looks like a hot mess. So, yeah, it has to be blow dried and flat iron.
Yeah.
That has to come next.
Lipstick or lip gloss?
Oh, lip gloss.
Lip gloss.
Lip gloss for sure, all the way.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes like the 90s came back, like when the girls were wearing little crop tops. I remember wearing that back in the 90s, and it's like, the old is new again. So I think I'll go with vintage.
Yeah. Window or aisle seat?
Oh my goodness, it has to be the window. And I get so upset when the shade doesn't work. Like I had that happen this summer. It was like, why do I choose a window and the shade not work? That's so ridiculous. Yeah, window.
Pilates or yoga?
Wow, so I have to admit that I haven't really worked through Pilates very much. I have done more yoga, and I really do appreciate the peace of mind, tranquility, the calmness.
Coffee or tea?
Okay, so if you would have asked me like 3 years ago, it would have been coffee all the way. But I now have a bigger appreciation for tea just because of its nutritional value, and like green teas. And I've always liked tea, but I feel like nowadays teas are definitely helpful to my system.
That's good. Stairs or elevator?
Stairs. We need to exercise.
Yeah.
In fact, I will park far and then go up the stairs when I have to go for my allergy shots because we need to get those steps in.
Yeah. Summer or winter?
Oh, summer all the way. All the way. I do not like the cold. I'm a tropical girl. I really, really appreciate the heat. Even if it's really hot, I still would much rather have hot over cold.
Yeah. Dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Okay, so the sweet lover in me says milk, but again, dark, I know it has nutritional value, so I have started eating more dark.
Mm-hmm. Sweet or savory foods?
Sweet. That is like, oh my goodness, that's my downfall with anything that has to do with food. Every time it'll have to be sweet. I have a sweet tooth.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite board game?
Life. Like I remember as a child playing Life with the little cards and putting in the people, and then ironically enough, I would always get twins. And then it's like in the real world, I had twins. It was like, oh my goodness, this came to fruition. This whole idea of life. So yeah, I always enjoyed Life, the game of Life.
What's your favorite color?
It's funny, I tell people any hue of blue, not only because it rhymes, but it's true, from turquoise to sky blue, royal blue, navy blue. I think it kind of is one of those shades that helps with depending on your mood.
Yeah.
So.
What's your least favorite color?
Ooh, my least favorite would probably, believe it or not, be red. I don't know, I don't think red looks good on me, so I think that's why I shy away from everything red.
What's your favorite place to view art or your favorite form of art?
So they say that movies is a form of art, is it not?
Yeah.
Right? Is it the 7th form of art or something like that? I think so. I don't know. But no, I do appreciate when I go to Spain, like going to El Museo del Prado and Santa Isabel, to just be able to see the art there. And then I've also been in Paris. To the, I don't want to mispronounce, I can never get that word. But yes, but going to museums. And then in Washington, D.C., I've been to the museums there. So I appreciate the just regular, artwork. But movies, I think that's an art.
Yeah.
And I always like a good movie.
What's your current TV obsession?
So believe it or not, I don't have a current TV obsession because I have not had time here lately. I have watched before like Scandal with Kerry Washington and Dexter. Those were like my shows. But here lately, I can't say that I have any. I know I need to watch more TV.
Yeah. What's your favorite dish?
Ooh, arroz con pollo. I love rice with chicken and tostones, the plantains. Ooh, I love plantains. They're like my favorite. If you haven't tried plantains, have you tried plantains? You need to try plantains. It has the consistency of a potato, but you fry them. a little bit of salt. Ugh. I'll have to bring plantain chips one day.
What's one ingredient that you put in everything?
One ingredient that I put in everything. Okay, this is funny. If I am going to eat, which typically it's what I eat, a salad, it will always have balsamic vinaigrette. So, yes, that is, because I usually have some kind of vegetable salad every day. So that's my consistent. I try to shy away from salt, but that balsamic vinaigrette has to be there.
What's a dessert that you don't like?
A dessert? You know, chocolate ice cream and chocolate cake. It's really ironic in the sense that I like chocolate if it's like a chocolate bar, like M&M's, peanut M&M's, my favorite. But a chocolate cake or a chocolate ice cream, I don't care for. Unless it's a brownie. Brownies, especially if it's the corners of a brownie, ooh, I'm all there. I'm there.
Pineapple on pizza. What's your opinion?
Yes, of course. I love pineapples. Especially, have you seen that whole idea of be like a pineapple, stand tall, wear a crown, and be sweet? Yeah. I love that, right? I love that motto. So, yes, pineapple on pizza. Absolutely.
What's your favorite smell?
Smell? You know, it has to be flowers. Gardenias. The rose has a nice scent. So anything flowery is nice.
What's your favorite app or your most used app?
So nowadays, well, thanks Elon Musk, it's X, right? I don't really go into social media often, but I do appreciate Twitter for educators, like getting ideas from other educators of what to do in their classroom. So yeah, Twitter, which again, now it's X. Who does that? Elon Musk.
What's your idea of paradise?
Paradise. Paradise means being with the people that you love and enjoying each other's company on a tropical island where I can see the water, feel the breeze, and enjoy good food. You know, like a coconut, being able to slice the coconut, drink it, and then eat it. That's paradise.
What is the most adventurous thing that you've done in your life?
The most adventurous? This summer when I went to Costa Rica, I finally did zip lining. I don't even know, I didn't want to ask how high I was, but at one point I was going down that zip and thinking, wow, that is like really far down there. Beautiful greens, but if I fall from this, no one will find me. Because it was really high. But yes, that's the most adventurous. I loved it.
Yeah. What's a superpower that you would want?
Clone. I would love to clone myself because I feel like I need to be there for my family and my colleagues, my students, and sometimes I get tired. But if I could clone myself for that, you know, that would be great because I could serve everyone's needs.
Yeah. What's a book that everybody should read?
You know, it's funny, we were talking about books today in class, and I shared that I love Fahrenheit 451 because of the fact that it talks about, you know, knowledge and how books help us. And I think that we're somewhat back to that, you know, with the banning of the books. And so, yeah, so I would definitely say everyone needs to read that one, Fahrenheit 451.
I will read it.
Yes.
What's the weirdest word in the English language?
The weirdest word? I don't know. Perhaps, not that it's weird, but to hear people go, bruh. You know, that's funny to me. You know, not brother, not bro, but bruh. B-R-U-H. And sometimes I'm just like, bruh. I don't know. It's funny.
What's the weirdest word in Spanish?
The weirdest word in Spanish probably has to be esdrújula. And esdrújula is an accent mark, which is funny because it falls on that word where it should fall. Esdrújula. So yeah.
You are stuck on an island and you can only pick one food to eat forever without getting tired of it. What would you eat?
Wow. I'm just going to go with fish. I'm going to go with fish. If I'm on an island, I should be able to find fish everywhere. So fish. Yes. And I could season it, right?
Yeah.
I could probably season it with coconut and coconut water. Yes.
If your life were a song, what would the title be?
Just Dance. Yeah, the Lady Gaga version, Just Dance. It's upbeat, right? And yeah, we just gotta go.
If you had a tattoo, what would it be?
Wow. As someone who does not have a tattoo or has really ever thought about this, I think I would probably tattoo a nice quote, you know, like live life to the fullest or something like that, which it probably would be right here, you know, where it's not too visible, but it could be a, you know, kind of like a reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could switch lives with someone for a day, who would it be?
Oh, wow. So I can't think of anyone in particular, but I almost feel like as someone who appreciates cultures, I would probably want to switch with someone from another culture, you know,
Yeah.
because then that way I can see their perspective. Like as an Afro-Latina, I know what that's like. But to see like someone of Indian descent or Asian, you know, Korean, Chinese, Japanese, all these cultures, to be able to see it from that perspective, indigenous person, that would probably be nice to see what they experience, walk in their shoes.
Yeah, it's very insightful.
Yes.
What's your spirit animal?
My spirit animal, I don't know that it's a spirit animal, but I love penguins. Just because they always hang out together and they kind of waddle along, and they just seem like such a tight-knit group, you know, and that's what I'm about. I'm all about the collective, you know, for the collective good of things. So yeah, I think that would be it. Is that a spirit animal? I don't know.
They could be.
Could be. Okay.
If you made a documentary, what would it be about?
A documentary. I think it would definitely be about different cultures, and you know, something that I've always truly enjoyed is Toledo in Spain. The fact that people of Islamic faith, Judaism and Christianity, they were able to coexist in Toledo as a city. I love that city. It's like magical, mystical to be able to actually coexist. You know, we're different, but we respect each other. So I would probably do something like that, so that others know that, hey, if these people were able to do that like centuries ago, why can't we?
Yeah, definitely. What's one thing that people don't know about you?
Probably, well, I think maybe now people know that I do have twins. Probably that I lived in Germany, that ironically enough I learned English in Germany. Because I started in Louisiana and then Georgia. I didn't really know any English, but then when I moved to Germany, 2nd grade, that's where I actually learned English. I took ESL classes.
What's the biggest surprise you've ever encountered in your life?
The biggest surprise, finding out I was having two. That was probably, I still remember I cried. I was like, wait, two? Wait, does that mean I can't work anymore? Yes, that was the biggest surprise that I think I've ever had in my life. Yes.
What are 3 things that you can't live without?
So should we talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs? So I can't live without, I have to drink water. Like at some point, usually through the entire day, I'm drinking water, especially because of my job. I feel like I can't live without like my contact lens or my glasses. That's a need that is like, wait, where am I going? I tell everyone in my family, sometimes they're talking to me, I'm like, you're a blob, I can't see you. And then being able to listen to music. Music just, it helps so much. You know, it either uplifts you or inspires you, so yes.
Definitely. What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is letting someone down when I know they're counting on me. That's one that I don't ever want anyone to feel like I've let them down. And as someone who has been let down, you know, it's like I don't want to be that person for someone else. Yeah. So yeah.
What's your secret talent?
Secret talent. I don't know that I have a secret talent, but some people may not know that I like to hula hoop. Ooh. So, and I can hang on to that hula hoop for at least a minute. And even on my neck, I can hula hoop on my neck. So, yeah, I guess that could be a talent.
That's so cool. I tried to learn hula hooping at once.
Didn't quite work?
Didn't work.
Yeah, I thought that most people would know how to do that, but no. People are like, wow, you know how to hula hoop? Yeah, I guess. With the hand and everything.
What's the best gift you've ever received?
The best gift? I would have to say anything that has to do with travel that I don't have to pay for. You know, I've been able to travel to Europe, obviously to see my family, and anytime that someone says, hey, do you want to go, you know, to XYZ country? I'm like, yeah, I'm there. So yeah, that's definitely the best that I have.
What's the best gift you've ever given?
The best gift that I've ever given, I think it probably has been the gift of time. Like, I know that sounds cheesy, but you know, when like my family, or you know, thank you for spending time with me, thank you. That to me is probably the best gift I could give someone. My time, my quality time.
Yeah. What's the skill that you're working on mastering?
So I have to admit that I still have issues with being fast at completing my task. I'm really slow. And so I'm still working on trying to get faster at a lot of things, you know, here at school, at home. So that's just something that's probably one of my defects. And so I'm still working on that.
Yeah. How would you describe yourself if you had to in one hashtag?
Hashtag bold and brave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
If your life was a musical, what would it be?
So I almost feel like, I don't necessarily think it's because of the theme, but the songs, like The Sound of Music, that to me was like, ah, you know, and watching that over and over as a child was really great. So yes, The Sound of Music, and just the idea of being with the family and helping, and yeah, that would have to be it.
How would you define yourself in 3 words?
Ooh, 3 words. Caring, dependable, and assertive. Yeah, that would be it.
What's the dream country for you to visit?
Oh my goodness, Japan. Like, I want to go to Japan so bad. And it's funny because there's a song by a Dominican artist, Juan Luis Guerra, which is called Bachata and Fukuoka. So I want to go to Fukuoka so I can see what he was talking about in the song. But yeah, I've always found that Japan is so cool. And like, do you remember for like the Olympics? Like the pictographs and all that? I mean, it's such a cool culture, I feel. So yeah, Japan.
If you could master one instrument, what would it be?
The piano. And you know, that's something that I wish I would have done when I was younger, to actually pick up how to play an instrument. But I haven't given up. I think once I retire, that's going to be my first task. Learn how to play an instrument.
You're already starting with the maracas.
That's right. That's right. Well, and I remember my mom was like, why don't you play the piano or the Spanish guitar? And I'm like, I'm good with these maracas. So that I've mastered, I think.
What's one song that you can listen to on repeat?
And it doesn't have to be recent. Well, I listen to music in Spanish and in English, so it's kind of hard to decide. But there's a Spanish song that is like merengue and it's really upbeat by Los Hermanos Rosario, and it's called Alegría, and it's like Alegría, Alegría, and it's, you know, it's like this joyful. And then in English, here lately, I have on replay The Weeknd, Die For You.
That is such a good song.
Yeah, I have it on there, like waking up in the morning, sometimes like, I'm going to put on Die For You by Weeknd.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What's the last piece of content you consumed that made you cry?
So, that would have been the movie Impossible, or The Impossible. It's the movie that has to do with the Indonesia tsunami from, I guess it's probably been a decade now. That family that they portrayed, one of the families that was involved and people who were involved and lost loved ones and were trying to find them, that was a tearjerker. Very sad. And I cry a lot anyway, so for like anything, seeing like the commercials of the dogs, that what is it, ASPCA, or I can't remember what it's called now, but yes, I'm easy to make cry.
How do you know when you're in love?
Butterflies in the stomach, if it's romance, right? But really wanting to be with that person, or even being in love with like my animal, Luna. I adore Luna. I can't wait to see her. So being able to, you know, just, you can't stop thinking about that person, and being able to spend time with them and feeling good about it, that's love.
And what's your go-to for having a good laugh?
My go-to for having a good laugh. So comedians, watching comedians. I like, for example, Will Ferrell. He's a good one. I also enjoy watching Martin Lawrence is a good one. And then memes. Memes that make me laugh, that I'm just like, that's a good one. So.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you about life right now?
I am probably at a 9. Mainly because I have a lot of work to do and very little time. I know we all have 24 hours, but it's short for me a lot of times. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I still have to count my blessings. I am fortunate to be here, to have the colleagues I have, the students that I have, and the family at home that always supports me.
What's inspiring you in life right now?
Inspiring me in life, it has to definitely be my colleagues. And my students, but especially my colleagues. We're at a point where teachers don't seem to be receiving that same respect that we used to. I think the pandemic kind of created more backlash for teachers than what was probably needed. And we need a lot of support. And so to see all the colleagues that are still at this school and just in a classroom in general, you know, giving it their all day in, day out, trying to work hard to make sure that students learn and that they're inspired and impacted by great humans, that inspires me and makes me want to become better every day.
What's the best piece of advice that you've ever received?
The best piece of advice? I've received a lot of advice that is good. I think it's the whole, and I know this sounds cheesy, never give up. I know it's easier said than done sometimes, but being able to go in and try to get better every day, you know, you don't have to necessarily be the best at it, but the fact that you are seeing improvement and you're trying, and you're giving it your best effort, which is what I want my students to do, you know, never give up, that's probably one of the best pieces of advice I received.
Definitely. And what's the best piece of advice that you would give to your teenage self?
To my teenage self, that would be, I was a worrier. I guess I kind of still am, but not as much. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. I remember reading that book, and yeah, it's like, you know, don't worry about what your peers think. Don't try to worry about the competition. You do you, and try to, again, improve as much as you can every day.
Yeah. And what would you like to be remembered for?
Someone who inspired others to learn a language, get out of your comfort zone, your bubble, and go meet people by traveling. You know, don't just stay in Austin or in Texas or the U.S. I know that we don't always have the financial means, but if you really do have that opportunity, you have to take it. You have to see what others experience to be able to understand their perspectives. And so cultures are really important.
Yeah. And how do you define success?
Success is measured by how well you feel you've accomplished your goal. My level of success isn't necessarily your level of success, right? We all have our own goals, and if you've met those goals, then I feel like you're succeeding, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that you have the most money or the best car, right? Because maybe that to me isn't important. Maybe it's the love of my family and making sure that they are supported by me, you know? So success needs to be defined by what makes you happy and what you do to continue evolving as a human.
Yeah. And a piece of advice that you would give to your students?
So a couple, but again, be yourself, be you. Don't let the outside distractions keep you from achieving your goals and what's right for you. I know that sometimes we think, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that because so-and-so's doing it, my friends are doing it, and that peer pressure can get to you. But again, your level of success isn't like mine, and you want to always continue to get better at whatever it is that you do. So do you, be yourself.
Mm-hmm. And finally, what's the best way to rest or decompress according to you?
The best way to rest or decompress. So for me, when I finally get to do that, it's going to be not being attached to the alarm clock, being able to get up whenever I want, and sometimes it's just a matter of lounging. So maybe I didn't wear my pajamas that day and I wore my lounge wear so that when I get up, I just brush my teeth, do something to my hair, and just go lounge, you know, whether it's outside in my backyard because the weather's nice or on my couch because I want to watch something on Netflix or Hulu or whatever type of, you know, programs might be out there.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.